Guys, I've discovered of late that there are very many different type of cars, new and old, small and big, and people behave with them differently. So I want to know, how do you guys find these people with different cars? How do they behave? Mm.
Actually, people with different cars, they always behave differently.
Mm.
Like people with different cars, they behave differently according to how the car looks, its purpose, and whether the car is in how the car is inferior or superior as compared to another car.
Yes, you are very right. So how do people with Sientas behave?
These people who own this car called Sienta, they always believe that they technically own a big car. Just because, however small it may be, it can carry up to 8 people.
Yes.
So, because of that, Sienta owners always believe that they are technically in the same level with these people who own Prados, V8, and even Alphard.
Oh yeah, I agree with you by the way. And actually, a Sienta by the way is a very good car. But I wonder why the manufacturer decided to give it tires of a wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah, the tires of a wheelbarrow. Anyway, you see, most people who own Sienta, they always don't want to be intimidated, on the road by people with big cars, because a Sienta always has a big space, just like a big car. They can carry similar capacity, just like a Prado V8 and Alphard. So when you always meet these Sienta drivers on the road, they always don't want to give way. And even at night, most, if not all Sientas, they don't want to dim their full lights.
Yeah, you are very right.
Yeah.
And you see, I don't know why. Do you know that the manufacturer decided to give these cars Sienta, the headlight of a frog?
You call it compound eyes.
Like, eyes, like compound eyes.
Yeah, now you see, Sientas, they are mostly driven by people who have excitement to own cars, or maybe the first car owners, or people who have just graduated from carrying passengers using a motorcycles. They call it Okada in Nigeria, or Boda Boda. So they have graduated, now they are in Uber business. Actually, that's why you find that Sientas, however small they are, they are very indisciplined kind of drivers.
Yeah,
Very indisciplined kind of cars. Yeah.
And what of the double cabin owners?
Now, when we come to the double cabins, you find that most people who drive double cabin vehicles, either in form of Toyota Hilux, Nissan Hardbody, those kind of vehicles, and so on, you find like these people are careless on the road. They are full of ego, disrespectful, they are mindless. And at night, these people drive these vehicles at a roller coaster speed, flashing their LED xenon lights in anything, any vehicle coming or going in front of them. They don't mind whether they knock what or whether they cause what. They don't mind. They don't mind even if they cause accident. Even if they cause an accident, they don't stop. Even if they stop, they don't care. These people, they drive this, they jump post holes in any way that they want. They scratch other vehicles. They don't care whether they break traffic rules. When these people actually, these drivers are actually ordinary.
Yeah, true. But you guys, the truth of the matter is, what you should know is that actually most people who drive double cabin cars, most of them are not the real owners. Yeah. And this is because these cars are super expensive for the owner to handle it in a reckless way.
Yeah, you are right. And those vehicles are actually owned by mostly high profile people, or maybe organizations or companies, and they are always given to drivers who have been employed to handle different day-to-day errands.
Yeah, I agree so much. And that is why actually those drivers always don't care when they are on the road. They don't matter. They do anything doesn't matter at all to them. Yeah. Because their owners are actually connected.
Yeah, actually like that. And also they know that in case they cause any problem on the road, the owners can come because they are rich and sort out the issue. Those are double cabin owners.
What about Subaru car owners?
Now, when it comes to Subaru, we have two types of Subaru owners. The first type of people is like this responsible kind of people who want to own a Subaru just because it is a high performance car, and because the person preferred this kind of car because it is affordable and sleek. And most people who always have this kind of preference are actually corporates. Now, another type of Subaru owners are these people who are naughty people. The people who want just to own a Subaru because it is trendy, it is a car with high pickup speed, and it has this big sound, the rumbling sound. And that there you find that any youth on the street can buy a Subaru as long as this person lands in some good deal.
Yes, and actually you're right, because most Subaru owners like arguing so much. They are just like Manchester United fans. They like arguing, making a lot of noise, even if the car is not having enough speed, they don't care.
Why Manchester?
It is because Man fans, they are not even winning any game, but they still talk.
So you mean that they are noisy people?
Yes.
Anyway, Subaru people, they still argue that Subaru is still the best no matter what. But one characteristics about this type of Subaru owners that I've noticed also is like most of Subaru car owners, they like speaking in loud voices.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I think it is because the noise that these vehicles make when they are racing, so it has affected their eardrums.
Yes.
And what of the Sinotrack drivers?
Now, when it comes to Sinotrack, Sinotrack drivers are just like double cabin drivers. They are one of the most disrespectful, reckless, and inconsiderate kind of drivers on the road.
Yes, you're very true. A Sinotrack can, by the way, knock a car and it continues with the journey as if nothing happened at all. And even their drivers, if you stop them, they don't admit their mistakes.
Yeah, actually, they even argue as if they have right of way. Even when on the road, they will decide. They don't give gap, they don't give space, and they will decide. They will also not decide either to dim their full lights on any oncoming vehicle. Even if you fall on the ditch, they don't care.
Yeah, true. That is very true. They sit up there as if they're in heaven, looking at other cars as if they're the ones on earth.
But now, and remember, in most cases, when those drivers happen to be caught when they have done wrong against another vehicle, in most cases, you hear stories that the driver escaped, is nowhere to be seen. But even if they are caught, they have excuses that, oh, you see, the truck was overloaded, the brakes failed. But even if they fail, they go short of excuses. They become arrogant. Those people are very unpredictable.
Funny guys.
There is another category of people we are forgetting about. What about these people who drive Benz?
Okay, when it comes to these people who drive Benz, especially the G-wagon type, we have two categories of people who drive those vehicles. The first type of people are these people who don't brag. They are people who are just normal.
Yeah, and these people who drive these kind of cars, they normally don't want to be seen. Window glasses are always up and tinted black.
Yes, actually. And these people mind their businesses because they have seen money, they have seen cars, they have seen it all. And they don't mind about attention, because even the cars that they are driving by themselves, it is already pulling such attention, which they always don't want even. You get? Then we have the second category of this kind of people who drive the G-wagon. People who drive them when the windows are down. Yeah, so that they can be seen. You see, these people, they always dress in the most fashionable way possible. Like the head is having a designer cape. The ear is having a designer earring or earbuds. The finger is having golden rings. Is wearing designer clothes, designer shoes. Those people love attention.
Very much. And actually, do you know that they can even stop anywhere just to buy a bottle of water so that they can be spotted that they are driving a G-wagon?
Yes. Now, this kind of people who drive a G-wagon, this one that we are talking about, while in such character, they are actually good attention seekers. They don't necessarily have the money to buy these vehicles, but they happen to accidentally own a G-wagon just because he had struck a good deal, a one-time deal, and they decided to buy it. And to some extent, these people, on the other hand, you find that they have borrowed this kind of vehicle. But in any case, if they happen that they are owning this vehicle, this type of vehicle, and it eventually breaks down, I'm telling you, maintaining or repairing it is not a walk in the park. And you find like these kind of guys, who own these ones that we are talking about, they are mostly scammers. Yeah.
Is there any category of drivers you forgot?
Yeah, another category of people are those people who are not compatible with their vehicles. For example, you happen to see that a huge man is driving a VTS, and a small tiny man is driving a big car like a V8 Prado and the like. Now, this huge man in a small VTS are the kind of people who fear responsibility.
Yes. Actually, they don't want to spend much money on fuel, spare parts, and maintenance. That is why those cars are so cheap to maintain.
Yeah, now, most of these people, however huge they may be, you find that they are mostly single and they are former mama's boy. And they don't and they fear family responsibilities. Even when they are going out to party, you find like 7 huge guys, they squeeze themselves inside AVTs just because they want to contribute to fuel and burst it to and from where they are going. And another reason is that VTs is some kind of size reducer. So when a huge man enters into a VTs, the person becomes compact, not until he comes out. Now, these small and tiny people who like owning big cars, they are the opposite of huge people, and in most cases, they don't fear responsibilities.
Yeah, that's really true. And the problem with tiny guys who own big, huge cars like you guys is that people may think that these cars are not yours.
Yeah, because it's true. They will think that these cars are not yours because tiny people don't look rich. So they end up looking like they are employed to drive their own cars. You get it? Yeah. But again, tiny people always buy these big cars so that it can compensate their small bodies, so that they can look big, they can be respected in those cars. What else is remaining? Anyway, for more episodes like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and thank you. Bye bye.
This man